Hey everybody, my name is Rydo, and today we're starting a series on Lego Star Wars The Lord of the Rings. They got two thes in there. Let's begin the game. New game in slot number 1. Let's begin. This will be interesting because I don't particularly know all of the story here. I know most of it.
It began with the forging of the Great Rings. 3 were given to the elves, immortal, wisest, and fairest of all beings. 7 to the dwarf lords, great miners and craftsmen of the mountain halls. And 9 rings were gifted to the race of men, who above all else desire power. For within these rings was bound the strength and will to govern each race. But they were all of them deceived, for another ring was made. In the land of Mordor, in the fires of Mount Doom, the Dark Lord Sauron forged in secret a master ring to control all others. One ring to rule them all. But there were some who resisted. A last alliance of men and elves marched against the armies of Mordor, and on the slopes of Mount Doom, they fought for the freedom of Middle-earth.
Alright, so we start the game here, playing as a character, and we've got a wall of enemies here that apparently would knock me back. I don't know who particularly we're playing as, and they didn't really tell me that the X button was the attack button. I've played a lot of Lego games, but it's been a long enough time that I've kind of forgotten. So I was hitting A, thinking maybe that was it. I need one more sign guy to hit. Got these other guys, there he is. 3 more sign guys. Interesting start of the battle here with parrying with the sword. So, I haven't read any of the Lord of the Rings books. I haven't watched any of the Lord of the Rings movies. I know the general things. I know the One Ring. I know the bad guy. But every real detail of who characters are need to be depicted to me as much as this game would need to depict it to very young kids who they're targeting. One would assume that a lot of kids playing this game might have no knowledge at all. The game told me that's Mount Doom. I think that's Mount Doom. We got some bad guys coming out of the ground. Hold Y to select Elendil from the character wheel. His sword Narsil can destroy Morgro Lego objects. Okay, so hold Y. And then Elendil, I think is who we select. And he's got a magic sword that can break these black with red lines. So I've got to reacquaint myself, like all new series of Lego games, with what the game mechanics are going to be. In Lego Batman, it would be different, like bat suits. In Lego Star Wars, it would be Jedi or bounty hunters or certain styles of characters. Here it feels like each character is going to be their unique character with different weapons that do different things.
But the power of the ring could not be undone.
Now we're gonna go fight Sauron. Was a human at one point. Wow, look at that image. And now it's just this giant, like, skeleton monster. I guess through magic and all. Press X to attack, that's what I've been doing the whole time. I believe this was the first Lego game to use the voice acting from movies, too. It may not have been the first one to... Oh, break that with that guy. Sword. Wasn't the first one to have voice acting at all, but it's the first one to have the same voice actors, if not the exact same spoken dialogue as the movies when they came out, when the movies were being released for a while after. So this is your standard, there's a trick here, you can't just hit them in the... Am I supposed to be doing something? Or just waiting until he gets hard enough to slam his weapon into the ground? Now here we can see there's a collectible over here that I cannot destroy unless one of these swords has the power to break silver bricks. Which I bet they don't. Well, actually, I guess in the world of Middle Earth, it has to be somebody that has some kind of either magical sword or magical power of some other kind. In the Star Wars series, the Lego Star Wars series that started everything, really, all the games of this style, you would have to use thermal detonator bombs to blow up the silver objects, but obviously there won't be, I don't think there will be the Lord of the Rings. That is weird that there's a I'm sorry, but here we go. Now that's the wrong guy, after he's the guy with the glowing sword. This is all just prologue, I'm pretty sure this happened like decades before the events of maybe the Hobbit, and definitely decades before the events of Lord of the Rings. Got a lucky shot in there. I missed my opportunity. Sauron is taking his time to do this attack. So I need to keep myself protected from all the other bad guys and his attacks until he gets his staff stuck in the ground again. I don't think it worked. My movement is pretty slow. Always a problem with Lego games with movement speeds. I should have been able to beat him. I know he's Sauron, the scariest, strongest bad guy in all the land. Now, just personally, objectively, I feel like if the creator of The Lord of the Rings had multiple bad guys that weren't related to Sauron, the world could have been a bit more fleshed out.
It was in this moment that Isildur, son of the king, took
Rabound,
up his father's
robust.
sword.
but I don't think he lived long enough to write any more stories.
Sauron, the enemy of the free peoples of Middle-earth, was defeated. The ring passed to Isildur, who had this one chance to destroy evil forever.
Isildur, hurry! Follow me.
So, is Isildur the my precious guy? What's held the ring in control? Isn't that his name? I'm pretty sure Lord of the Rings is an allegory of power corrupting. It's the Spider-Man story with great power corrupts. Comes great responsibility is what Spider-Man's Uncle Ben says. With great power comes great responsibility. And then the other saying is absolute power corrupts absolutely. So I think this guy gets corrupted with the absolute power of the ring. So I don't seem to have the ability to fire arrows or throw a sword. Like, the B button isn't doing anything for either of these guys. So when I get back to the point of unlocking these levels, free play, I'll probably have unlocked some other characters that can hit that target that's up there. Now I'm starting to see the extra collectibles. That first little scene didn't seem like it had much in it, except for that silver piece. You can see there's a gold brick over there that, or not gold brick, but a mini kit. So I'll get back to free play too. It's gonna be a little weird game if the voiceover is constantly talking. I imagine that's gonna stop pretty soon. Go ahead and destroy the statue. He can jump in high places, wherever the green is, I guess. Yes. So push that. Make platform. What does it say? I think it was saying I need the other guy. Magic sword, even though it's broken. So, gold chests for collectibles instead of mini-kit pieces, which we've seen in many other Lego games that have not changed their shape or appearance. We're getting gold chests. I like it. A little bit of spice is the variety of life, and I've played enough and they've made enough Lego games that they can change everything every time. Some things change in Pippin. If the A button was not always jump, or the X button was not always attack, that's confusing. There's 2 more legends in the story, if I can remember them all. So being a true Lego player, you can see here I'm trying to collect as many studs as possible and smash everything I can possibly smash. That's what's so great about Lego games, is they're great for kids and kids at heart that love to blanketly break things and not have to make a mess in the real world. Although I don't break my Lego sets. true adventurer is what it's going to be called in this game. Sometimes it's called true hero, sometimes it's called true believer, depending on the theme they're going for. I can't help but feel like this bridge is going to collapse. Now, there will be
Cast it into the fire!
reasons to not really bother to collect too many tokens at the beginning of the game.
Isildur!
But the hearts of men are easily corrupted, and the Ring of Power has a will of its own. It betrayed Isildur to his death. And some things that should not have been forgotten were lost. For 2,500 years, the ring passed out of all knowledge. Until... the ring came to the creature Gollum, who took it deep into the tunnels of the Misty Mountains. For 500 years it poisoned his mind.
Wow, 500 years.
But something happened then the ring did not intend. It was picked up by the most unlikely creature imaginable.
What's this?
A hobbit. Bilbo Baggins of the Shire.
A ring.
Alright, so that's the prologue. Let's see. So, for a Lego game, it doesn't look like there's gonna be too many new characters in this game. They're going to focus more on very specific, recognizable characters instead of having a bunch of extras like you often see in, well, the Lego Star Wars experience had probably 50% of its minifigures that you could play as were just extra characters you never would have even noticed in the movie series, or didn't even show up in the movie series. So levels complete and we get silver bricks instead of gold bricks. That's odd. I guess they're just trying to juxtapose that from the gold of the ring, which is, I guess, the most important thing. And there is a red letter, a red sealed letter there. I bet that's an extra too. And so we have mini kit at the bottom left. 2 silver bricks encased in like, is that a sack or mud? I think it's supposed to be like a bag. Maybe this is the series where the bag of holding comes from. I don't know. I do know that a lot of the Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, fantasy stuff, may have been inspired by, if not directly come from, the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit series of books. And then we have 3 just like chests of junk, which that's interesting too, because I've never seen anything like that, so it's a different collectible. So I've got a lot to learn, obviously. Anywho, this is where we're going to end this recording. That was a little short of a prologue, but I imagine the next few levels are speeded up. As always, I end my episodes the same way. I ask you to like this video, I ask you to share it with your friends, I ask you to comment if you want to, and I ask you to watch every second of my videos because all that helps me out. If you want to support me even further than that, you can click on my name Rydo. That takes you to my main YouTube page. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. Also on my main YouTube page is a playlist tab. You can click that and see a playlist for every other game I've covered. a lot of Lego games in there too. So if you want to just power through Lego Star Wars or Lego Marvel Superheroes or any number of other Lego games, you can power through them as these are getting released if you can't get your fill of Lego. And then finally, down below in the description box, I have social media links, so friend and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Tumblr. You can also friend me on Steam and Battle.net. All those links are down below. And thank you for watching, and have a good evening.